Good evening, this is Nerfed to Human, and welcome back to our Rebels campaign here on Rome Total War. And you join us in glorious days, for we started with nothing, but the anarchy has risen, and due to some particularly clever ploys of manoeuvring the Brutii around where we want them, yes, we've managed to snipe off their two cities of Bregomaglos and Catavingus. Obviously, we will rename them in the anarchy. But yes, the Julii, no, they were always just the trap. Yes, for the ultimate prize of taking over the Brutii territories. And that's what we're going to go with anyway. That's the history books will tell us. Because, yes, we have taken these guys out and with it inherited this lovely army. Now, it's not the most magnificent of all time, but it's certainly pretty darn good for what we're likely to get. Now, it does beg the question, though, what are we going to do? Because yes, we could try and hold on to these desperately, because the other Romans are going to come for us. And we know up north that the Gauls were poking around here, so with any luck, the Julii are, well, they're fairly battered. We did a good job of whittling them down, so I think they'll have too much for us, but certainly the Scipii only have quite a lot, and we need to be careful. We scouted out another army of theirs, a good sort of over half stack over here as well. And if we attack them, the Senate are likely to come in and destroy us. Yes, certainly with all their experienced troops, they're going to cause us a lot of problems. What we could do, though, is try and tease them into a slightly better battle. So we're going to there's the other army, Captain Appius over here. Yeah, we don't want to face them all in one big battle. That's what went wrong with the Scipii battle. We had to take two armies on and we just got a little bit overstretched. No. We're going to potentially pull them in here. We'll see if we can, how well we defeat them. We might just be able to swing into Capua itself. If not, we have the alternative plan anyway. So this works out either direction, I think, of getting our boats over in this direction to pick them up and head over to Messana. Now in Messana, we already have ourselves a few random Greek rebels. And of course, we have Titus Brutus, who comes from his army over here in Apollonia. I've shipped him across with the Catavingan army over to try and deal with this. Now, this is no walk in the park either. This has got some good mercenary hoplites, part of Astarte, yes, Aulus Scipio as well. We don't know too much about him, but anyway, they've still got their other general over here, yes, Cornelius Scipio, hanging out in the city. Hopefully he'll die of old age. He probably won't. So, okay, between this, we're going to need to wangle this around, or we can hopefully get these armies together next turn and work that one out. So we'll see what the Scipii want to do. But other than that, oh yes, we've had a load of, not a load, but some very, very useful spawns here. This being one of them. Can you make it to attack? I'm not sure you can quite make the attack, actually. Okay, that's interesting. Right, you rebels, get yourself here. And I'm going to say these guys are going to come in and attack. That should bring everyone into battle. Okay, we can try and save Castlevania because that is under siege. Cabornus is just going to have to hold on. Sorry about that, lad. Same with this. This guy is about to be lost to the full stack Britannia force, and we're just desperately trying to hold on. These guys could go straight for that. They could potentially go that way. I think we'll head to the bridge and we'll see how that one goes. Elsewhere, oh yes, we have this random force here. They're just causing trouble so that hopefully we get some Amazonian spawns in the region. But yes, these peasants, I ran up away from here a little while ago just to see if we could sneak up on their town over here. And oh, it is actually quite empty. Because yes, we've had a few rebels spawn here, just the odd one unit, and they've been killed. But I did see the Persians hanging around the river there last I saw. So, I mean, it's three peasants. They could easily lose. I don't know what's in here. Yeah, they're definitely going to lose, but hey-ho, this is what the rebel experience is about. Random spawns, hoping for the best. If we can take Campus Alani, then we can send someone to go and help this guy out. That'll be fine. So that's interesting. Over in this part of the world, we're just trying to hook up these two forces. Don't know what we can do. There was too many strong Parthians. Oh, there's a few more here. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, so it's going to be hard to hook those up because of the rivers and mountains, but potentially that could be useful. Obviously, down in Egypt, I think we're just going to flee. I've decided to sack Ramesses. They're going to go and take that soon enough. So we're just going to send these guys east and hope that we can just see if we can do the same wangly, dodging manoeuvres on these guys, because that is generally the best way of winning as the rebels. We also have these lads over here who are coming this direction. And to be honest, our general plan in the coming turns, I think, is to try and establish this base over here. We can get these ports. along with Messana Capua, and potentially nab these as well, we could have ourselves a good little economy. And with a bit of an economy, with a couple troops coming out. Oh, the spies. Yes, the spies and the assassins. That was my plan. Yeah, we'll see if we can do that. Now, Italy's interesting because there are some big armies here. But the other thing is the Senate aren't going to run too far, probably. We could have a good chance here of bottling them up because in other areas there are too many different factions. You can get battered quite well. But actually, if we just try and hold deep down in Italy, we might have a good opportunity. Whether we get Capua or not is another matter. But yeah, if we can at the very least have these 5, I'll be feeling happy. And maybe, just maybe, we can start to hop across and really build up a nice little Carthaginian empire here in the centre of the Mediterranean. And that just might give us the chance to do more. Oh, even more random spawns. Lovely. This may not be enough, but we'll see because... yeah, there's Falksman can be shredded quite nicely by Peltas or by Phalanx, so actually that might work out well for me. Okay, and of course, yes, this is the only other thing that I actually already did between recordings was I moved this army from Campus Getae up north over to the Scythian territory because I think we're going to need to put that one under siege very, very soon. Doesn't look like there's too much else going on here. Yes, we have Dacian territory over there. Can't see too much of the rest of this, unfortunately. That's still Greek. That's still Seleucid. Okay, well, I suppose it's probably just time to end our turn and see how the cookie crumbles. And indeed, the Scipioni are going to take the bait, but in the ideal fashion. They're going to have, yeah, good force over there, but they're going to send in this guy by himself. And with any luck, we'll have a bit of a hill. No crazy medieval 2 mountains, but we should be able to see Vesuvius, which is always nice. And I am feeling pretty good about this. Let's head in. With Vesuvius smoking in the background there, then it's looking like a resplendent day for us all. But maybe not for these guys, because they're about to be slaughtered. We sadly don't have as much of a hill as I was hoping for. There's a gentle slope which works to our advantage. Now, unusually for me, I've actually got my Velite up front here, and they're not on skirmish mode. Their job is to eat javelins and to throw more of them in. Now, there is probably a little bit of a charge going on the centre here, by looks at it. I'm going to tell some of them to skirmish, but maybe... No, not you. Yeah, maybe you as well, actually. Yeah, just a couple. Yeah, we're going to get a volley in, and then you can move back. That's absolutely fine. Now, I'm going to say, Mr. General, you, sir, want to do a good bit of piling in, if at all possible. Yes, that'd be lovely. So let's get our generals. We probably don't need to use the Equite until towards the end of this, I would say. So Hastati throwing in their javelins too. Sadly, we're going to take a small knock here. I'm just going to say, General, you pile into the centre there. Can you get yourself onto skirmish now? That'd be marvellous. We can already see a break. That's just what we want to see. Yeah, Mr. General, pile on through, pile on through. And with any luck, yeah. Can we just make sure now that we are doing everything we can to cause these guys a lot of trouble? A few hits on the General with the javelins there, but I'm hoping, if we're lucky, we can just run our cavalry through and clear all of this up. We've apparently been routed over there, which is a bit unfortunate. I think that's mainly just because those Velite got themselves caught too much. That's absolutely fine. We'll just grab these guys, send them to fly into the rear of there, and the generals, I think, can just start to close the trap in this part of the world. I think, to be honest, we're absolutely fine. Yeah, these guys just all get your javelins on. You, Mr. Cavalry, yeah, that's them dead. Good. So you can smash the back of them. There's a few little bits of damage here and there, but in general, it's been pretty efficient so far. They're throwing their missiles. We don't want any of that, lads, but the Equite can continue to charge them down. Mr. General, you do much of the same, thank you. And it's largely a mop-up job already, which is kind of silly. But yeah, these guys, just get yourselves around the back. That'd be magnificent. I'm going to tell you to head into there. Yep, it's a mass rout. Absolutely lovely. So yeah, just grab any missiles we've got, lads, and tell them not to be thrown. That will be grand. So yes, with that, victory is ours. A few light losses, as you'd expect from all the javelins and whatnot, but we've done a pretty good job. Those Equites seem like they've been slaughtered, and so we can mop them up and claim a pretty darn good victory. And we'll get ourselves a screenshot there. Actually, I should point out, this is actually the second version of this battle. The first one crashed, and I definitely did a lot better the first time with 100 less kills from them. But ayo, we'll have to take it. As for Ramesses, that has indeed been taken. Campus Sake is going. We'll just take this one. To be honest, wow, 0 kills. To be honest, I'm not surprised. Oh, we never did this. Oh, for Pete's sake! You know what? We'll just take the defeat and we'll put it back under siege. Oh well, mistakes are made. That's not the most vital one in the world. This is a bit annoying as well, actually. A bit of a random bout. We can give it a go. Well, obviously in this battle we do have a big advantage of having ourselves the nicer cavalry force. So they only have a few stragglers from, presumably, from one of the sieges where I smashed them up. So we're going to sell our general to run straight into them, and they're not going to do anything about us. So we're going to charge on in. Mr. General's going to get caught by Paula there. Yeah, he just wants to go straight in for Paula. They are going to do something about us, but I have already routed and killed the general. So that's a pretty good start. We'll turn around and we'll immediately hit the Screeching Women, because they're pretty impetuous. They always charge in at you anyway. Down goes our general. Poor Paula. Oh no, not poor Paula. He's going to feed the carrion birds. Well, that's a bit of a shame, to be honest, but it can happen. I did think, should I press the Horn of Destiny? No, I did not press the Horn of Destiny. So I'm going to tell these guys to get yourselves onto Warcry, and we'll get ourselves lined up to go deal with these guys. So, yeah, you just charge on in. Turn around for the women for just a moment. We can try and do what we can to attack them. You'd think that they'd give up, to be honest. Oh no, we've given up. Absolutely magnificent. Now we don't even have the surround we're supposed to for this, but the general's dead, so it's hardly a surprise. These guys can do their best to try and get around these lads. They're going to take a lot of losses simply due to, yeah, the fact that this is a phalanx. They're giving up. Well, there we are. This is what happens when you throw men in randomly in a rebel battle. If the general had lived, we probably could have taken them out, to be honest, but it's really not the end of the world. And we're going to have to deal with the Scythians as well. Captain Gutenberg, I remember you, sir. Yes, we're going to have to take him down. A few of those archers did get away, but mostly we have the horse archers to take care of. Fine. There's also Captain Arame in the background. Hopefully, Mr. Adimos. Oh no, that's not... who was it? It was... Oh no, the Seleucid... Antiochus, yes, Captain Antiochus is giving someone else control. That could be a problem.
Those are our enemies. The Scythians. Brave? Perhaps. Good horsemen? Maybe. Soon to be dead? That, men, is up to you. Are you men enough to win this battle? Are you equal to the challenge? If you are, then plunder and loot await. This is the last obstacle in our way before the city walls. Win here, and you can stroll to your prize. We stand on the defensive today. Let them wear themselves out against our battle line. On this field, we have the benefit of greater numbers. It is one we would do well not to squander. The woods nearby may give us the chance to spring a surprise or two upon our enemies. They are strong in cavalry, and this will require inventive thought today, as we lack enough spearmen to counter them. And at the last, brave Romans, I say this: strength and honor to you all!
A magnificent speech that even Antiochus would be proud of himself, but we do still need to do the job. So, Mr. Horse Archers, can you get yourselves shot down, please? That'd be absolutely lovely. And I'm going to say you guys do a bit of a war cry. You might have to go run in and cause them some issues in a moment. So I'm going to say, yeah, okay, they're just going to run on in. Are they charging us? Not quite. I'm going to say you guys, can you just run in? Because I don't want them causing me too many more problems. You, get in position on this hill and just throw in at them if at all possible. Good. Get them turned away with a general. I don't know who they're shooting at, but I think it'll be fine. You turn around, deal with them. These guys, get over here. You just keep shooting in at them, and you can shoot in at these guys. You get yourselves around here. I just need to get on top of one unit nice and early. Try and take them out. Oh yeah, these javelins should be doing some excellent work now. That is absolutely fine. You bring yourselves back, we might actually want the infantry in a good position. And I'm going to say you swing around them and deal with these guys instead. At the very least, we should be... We're getting javelins in, guys. Yeah, we are. That's good. Not necessarily going to be the perfect use of all our javelins, but I don't mind if we, at the very least, just take out this sort of enemy nice and quick. You, get off your javelins at this point. You start closing in on what remains. There's the general unit, after all. So that'd be lovely. Archers, who can you shoot at? Just him. Just him. Try and get on top if you can. You might just clip one. If you clip one, you normally just about bring the rest of them into the battle. By not quite. Not a bad start, but let's reorganise. None of this is particularly ideal. They have horse archers, so they are causing horse archer problems. I don't have any of mine after the previous battle, so we're just going to have to see what we can do. At the very least, we're just going to try and get on top of some of them. You get into that position. Now, there are some reinforcements back here we do need to be concerned about. Yes, actually, Thomas, you're about to run into range of them. So, okay, the main thing, yeah, this is what's going to lose us the battle, which might seem ridiculous to say, but morale is everything for the rebels. If they have dogs, we have a big problem. So we need to make sure we shoot those down with the archers, which can be a problem against barbarians because, yeah, they'll often be fairly aggressive. You don't always get the chance to take them out early like you want to. With any luck, though, you can get on top of these guys right about now. They should be pinned in. You guys, stop shooting. Get yourself just reorganised, please. We have these guys routing. Very nice. Okay. Civilian horse archers back there. That's the general of this particular unit. We seem to have used up our javelins, which is a shame, but it is just the way it goes. Smash into those archer warband. Hopefully you can break them. I don't know if you can. Eager but winded. Winded isn't ideal, but we'll have to deal with it. Okay, let's get this organised because these guys are coming in. With some reorganising going on then, these cav are hopefully going to be able to do this. They are steady. Should be able to win this though, guys. Come on. This is a general, so he might just last a little bit longer, but we seem to pick them off. Good. We have indeed picked them off. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to say go for these dogs if you can. And if nothing else, it's just to get them away from the main battle. So come over here and make sure you are the ones that pull those dogs into... Yeah, pull these dogs into battle. Come on, release the dogs at us. Release the dogs at us. Release the dogs. They don't want to do it, do they? They're too smart. Take on these guys instead. They'll probably lose that because they're tired. Are any of my guys actually shooting? Oh, no, we haven't been shooting, Thomas. That's absolutely catastrophic. Okay, Barbarian Cav. They're actually going to charge properly. They might be no. Okay, let's just get these guys up the hill instead. Then we really can't have them charge into us properly. They've been not quite routed. That's their general, so it would have been really nice if they were. These guys just have to eat the javelins, unfortunately, or eat the charge. It is what it is. You guys onto Warcry. We might actually just pull them into the Cav. Yes, Cav hit the spikes. Cav hit the spikes. A little bit of the spikes. Get the Peltest back. They don't need to die there on this day. Sadly, we've not quite taken these guys out. Axemen. Javelin them if at all possible. You get yourself back there. Don't mind their routing. Routing is absolutely fine. Can I just get my peasants to deal with the axes if they're not already being dealt with? Archers. Who are you dealing with? Hopefully the horse archers. That's probably the best thing. Oh no, the dogs, Thomas. The dogs with the whole cocking point. Throw javelins at the dogs. No, we can't kill them. They're going to cause us so many problems. Oh dear, but their general's fleeing right now. Their general is fleeing right now. Get my archers on top of these guys. That's javelins, Thomas. Anyone. Archers. Archers is the boss I'm trying to look for. Absolutely lovely. Get my general forward. Those dogs are eating us. It's not particularly ideal, but I'm going to see if a charge from the general can do it. Blow the horn of destiny. And it's a little bit more of a flat... Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Archers. Archers, back onto these guys. General, pile in. They are routing, and we might just have the big time styly chance here to charge them down. Okay, the dogs are still eating at us, but we are holding, damn it. Oh, that's what we need to see. Okay, who else has got any missiles? No one. Archers, shoot into those horse archers. You've just got to win that battle now. Everyone else is just going to mop things up. Have we dealt with the dogs? The dogs are still dealing with us. but we are also dealing with them. That is magnificently good news. I think we might just about have this, actually. Deal with the dog handlers. I don't want to deal with them again in the city. That will give us... I mean, we just do not need that morale debuff. Come and deal with them right now. That's Barbarian Cav, Thomas. You need to... I'm going to have to leave them. Can't let the general be killed by these guys. Run. Runnity, runnity, runnity. At this point, you guys need to run back behind the line as well if you're not already in such a position. General, lead him straight through the pikes. Lead him through the pikes. Might have a chance. Yeah, shoot them down if at all possible. Yeah, straight through the phalanx. Into the phalanx. Come on, pointy, pointy McGee. Oh, we just got them to get spiked. Get spiked, bitches. You're dead now. Okay, archers. Try and shoot them as much as possible. We've got this. Totally got this. They are dismayed as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I think, unfortunately, a little bit's going to survive into the city, but we have to see what we can do. I think they're just fleeing now. Get your last few volleys in, hopefully. That will clear them out. Hopefully we've done enough damage to make it easy enough in the city. We've crushed the enemy. And, well, heroic. Yeah, it was actually pretty darn tough, that. Bug has been defeated. Was he killed? It's the first army. Yes, I think he's dead. Huzzah. And it looks like we're actually going to get the city. Ooh, that's a decent one. Okay. Okay, we keep getting drill masters, but I can't turn down a good bit of infantry. So Cassius Brutus, you can just pick up your good mate there. That's absolutely fine. Right, very high tax rate. We've made it Macedonian, so we can retrain here if we ever have money, which we don't and probably won't. Okay, there's a random army here, which I might have mentioned before. I should probably point out at this point of the episode that this is about a week after I started this episode because I've been away on holiday. Just before this battle, I stopped recording, so if I completely forget what I'm doing, that will be why, but I do indeed remember good old Antiochus won us on this way over here. Alright, fine. So that's pretty darn good. Let's have a little look around the map, see what's going on. Distance is futile for Campus Scipii. Oh yes, we need to rename that, but I can't remember your name, sir. I only remember Antiochus. I have to go back to the footage and check in on that. As for everyone else, ooh, looks like we do have opportunities ahoy. Of course, one thing we do have on our side is the fact that Egypt are, well, in a bit of a spot of bother. They have taken back Siwa, of course, but Helios over here seems to be where Juva's turned up, which is fascinating. That gives us more options in this part of the world, so I'm quite happy with that little result. Now, there are more forces coming in this direction, aren't there? Yes, indeed. We have these random little forces over from Halicarnassus. Sorry, Ephostionas. Yes, of course. And of course, yes, Siwa is actually the town of Ramesses, just to be confusing. So yes, we do have a few more options over in that part of the world. Nothing too exciting. However, over here, we've sent our boat around. So now we have Titus Brutus has joined up with some of those Greek lads, which is absolutely grand. Emilius Brutus is not going to hit straight for Capua, no. Let's just make sure that we don't do anything stupid here. We're going to get these guys together, and we're just going to make sure that they come over here and they trap him. That'll be lovely. We'll beat him in the field, damn it. And there are a few more of these naked fanatics coming on around. Might as well get all we can. We'll snipe this. We'll deal with that. And hopefully we'll just hold this whilst we take the rest of Sicily. Hopefully then with a bit of money, maybe. Maybe we can do something. Who knows? But actually, it's quite a quiet end turn in terms of spawn. So we'll see what the next end turn serves up for us. Absolutely nothing happened on the end turn, which is a very, very strange event for the rebels. And even stranger, though, is Egypt and the Seleucid Empire are allies. Has that ever happened in the history of Total War? Well, we are creating a new world here today. And yes, this is something that I don't ever remember seeing. So that's interesting. What's also quite interesting is Helios over here, where we've got ourselves another new general. Yes, and once you start getting the family members, oh yeah, they're going to start being spat out every turn. Abdulhamiki, which is going to cost us more money, which is a bit of a problem actually. But let's ignore that for a moment. We're going to have some aggressive expansion very soon in that part of the world. And if I can... Where are these guys going? They're not doing anything about me, which is very interesting. We might find a chance just to poke at Alexandria. Maybe some of these guys can be a suitable distraction for a little poke on that. We might have to work on that in the next turn or two. Okay, Abdulhamiki though doesn't have Drill Master. he could be a very, very useful general indeed. There's also, yes, there's also armies over here and a small garrison in Jerusalem. Or you could be very, very helpful. Do I want to go and take on Jerusalem? You know, I'm going to work out a time. There's no point of attacking just yet because we need to get these forces up to Ahmose and we need these guys to maybe just keep moving in this direction. But should we just do this? Jerusalem's right there. We've got a general. Let's just use the general. So there's very weird visibility around here. There isn't actually anything too specific. Okay, now this is already blockaded. Let's send one more boat to do more blockading. Let's send you to do a bit of scouting. Anything else on this road? Because this is actually quite a good position to use your boats. No. You know what? Sod, sod, sod and sod. Let's just grab the force over here. Captain Ptolemy, that's a decent name. We'll take that. Yep, just put it under siege. Let's just, if nothing else, it might just pull forces around and we'll get them on a boat and run away very quickly, I imagine, because yeah, we can get them together to come and help out. And obviously this is particularly fun because this is Judean Zealots. Oh, I love this unit. You don't get to see him very much. Only spawn in this region, so very nice indeed. Yeah, so you guys, do we actually want you to make landfall just yet? Probably not. There's not really many options for you, but we can use you to have some interest in insight. So let's move this boat over here, just so that we got a little bit of a break up. Let's just keep a very close eye on what's going on. Now, all of you, yes, of course, some of you just be moving around, so we can't do anything with you just yet. Just got these guys into the city, but we could start to move some of them next turn, which is pretty darn nice. We can leave a tiny force behind. Do we have a little force anywhere? Not really a tiny one, but it's fine. We'll work that one out as it goes on. So these guys presumably don't know we're hiding in this forest. Either way, they soon will. What do I actually want to do here? What I probably want is to get the best possible army all together in one place, and there's probably a really good bit of terrain going on around here. So I'm going to say, let's get you over here and let's try and organise the best possible army. With that done, then we can, I would just say, attack. Oh no, it won't let me. We've used up all our movement points. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to say, now if he attacks us, presumably you can't see this guy. It's not going to be an ambush, but I assume that might make a difference. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything too interesting else going on. I'll have a look around the map and see if maybe in the end turn these guys are going to take us on. It's good news over in Byzantium, where we are continuously able to besiege this city here. We've got a few more boats that have made it over to join us, which is lovely. We might as well at this point actually go send one of them over to go and put these guys under blockade, but I can't see any more Thracian armies coming down here. That's probably because they're headed north up to Campus Getae, where I did send the army over from Scipii back down, but yes, we're going to have to see about that. They are not coming in immediately. Don't know that we are... Do we want to sally? We might well want to sally that, actually. I will have a think about that one. Down in Egypt, Ahmose is, though, finally under siege, which is a shame because we're about a turn from making that work for us, unfortunately. So, yes, these guys, I'm going to say, everyone but the peasants, I'm going to go and tell you to, yeah, just go and take him on. He's now at the city, which means we should be able to defend it if at all possible. I think we're going to have to do that. He can't make it, so that's probably for the best. Now, as for these reinforcements, ooh, that could be interesting. They're not great units. I'm going to say, get off the boat. We can actually make it over there. Okay, that is interesting. You get there. Now, the general is actually quite good. I don't really want him to die, but it might be what it is. We could go to the bridge, actually. Tell you what, the bridge isn't a terrible position because we can then move next turn to get in a better position. We could actually just put this under siege because we can. Probably not a good idea. They'll just sally forth. So we'll lift the siege and we'll let them attack us on the bridge if that's what they want to do. Over at Jerusalem, we can go and take this on. It's a few of them in there. That's fine. We probably do need to get on with that pretty quickly. In fact, yes, with this going on, we probably want Mr. Admiral Wah to come and help us out here by taking them back home. So yeah, we'll go and take... well, no, we definitely should take it. But we'll take it and then we'll send them over to go and help. I think, though, we should probably start by taking on the Scipii here. Now, I'm going to say we do have some reinforcements. And I'm just going to tell them to get here. Presumably, this should stop them from getting back. I don't know if that's actually how this works, but we're going to see if that works anyway. So yes, we're just going to go and block these positions here. You go and take him on. We don't need to worry about this reinforcement. He just exists. He might get himself killed. Not the end of the world if so. Good. Let's take this guy down. Our Scipio. And with any luck, yeah, this will leave an open path to Messana. We can then head back to Capua. And maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to do something with all of this nonsense in Italy. Let's head in.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, today is a day for brave deeds. Today is a proud day to be Roman. Today we face those proud Romans, the Scipii. They are worthy enemies, but enemies nonetheless. That army is 1/4 of the enemy's strength. So sharpen your swords one last time. When we have killed them all, we will have made a good start. They have been brought to the battlefield by muling infants instead of leaders. We have a slight advantage in numbers, but no lives can be thrown away today. We cannot afford such profligacy. I have fought these men before, but they do not know me. They will, however, fear me by the end of the day. The seer has been consulted, but his vision is clouded. Today we make our own destiny then. Another one of our armies is nearby and ready to fall upon the enemy. I want to see blood. I want to bathe in their blood. I want to bathe in their blood for a week. Now, kill them all!
The narrator man is very excited about my reinforcements, which of course is one random unit of peltas or ability, but either way, all is absolutely fine. Let's just get ourselves turning to face the enemy nice and quick, lads, nice and quick. Now, this should be absolutely fine. I do love all of my boats in the background, by the way. It's looking absolutely gorgeous. So yes, let us get ourselves a beautiful, beautiful screenshot of this lovely moment. I think I just broke the game. There we go. The game isn't broken too much. We can have the Velite at the front here just as a bit of a buffer. There's our classic watchtower on the battlefield, just off the battlefield on this occasion. Bit of a shame because you can use those hills to your advantage. Sadly, it's just a bit too far away on this here occasion. We do some barbarian archers who have walked all the way down from northern Italy. So that's absolutely lovely to have them aboard for this here battle. Doesn't look like they are going to move any closer. That's fine. We can happily start shuffling towards them if that's what they want to do. Quite happy to have the hoplites in the middle. This is a lovely rebel army, by the way. This is probably one of those moments we should just appreciate how fun the rebel campaign can be, just to build yourself a model army. This is not quite perfect, but it's about as good as you're going to get as the rebels. Because, yeah, Hastati, we got hoplites here, we've got some lovely archers as well. Absolutely magnificent stuff. And okay, yeah, some good general cavalry. That's the kind of thing we want. We keep shuffling our way nearer, but obviously we want to make sure we're utilising our javelins and not the other way around. Oh, the game did not like me going to full speed there. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we're going to get closer. I will pull them in with my archers because I do have that advantage. So I think that is what I'm going to do right here. So, some of these, yeah, they're in range. Hit the Hastati first rather than the general. Well, let's not worry about him immediately. Although, actually, you know what? Let's do that instead. Let's go and get the general. Go and get the general. We can shoot him. Just shoot him down, lads. Pull him into something. Where are my hoplites, by the way? Hoplites? Oh, no, they're here. Yeah, the gap in the army, Thomas, is where these guys should be. That's absolutely fine. Right, shoot him. See if he gets pulled into the trap. It seems like I've woken them up, but not the general, but that's okay. I'd rather kill him off first if possible, but you know what, I'm happy enough with this. You get yourselves out there, Mr. Cavalry, that'll be fine, that's your point. I did have the general cav actually. I'd rather use them if at all possible. So yeah, let's be using the general, lads. Not the main guy though. He can wait just a moment. Okay, Mr. Cav, Mr. Cav, Mr. Cav. This guy's going to get completely shredded instantly because there are way too many of us. I don't know why he's even joined this battle, to be honest. He's got himself in a lot of trouble. So you get yourselves over here. Don't need to worry about the javelins because they're not going to throw when there's this many of us and so few of them. So are they retreating? Don't retreat. Come and die, sir. Come and die. I just want to reorganise. Let's see if I can start shooting at them while they get themselves into a new position. I don't know what they're doing, but they keep on reorganising themselves, and I'm just going to use this chance to smash into one or two of them because they're not in a position to throw their javelin. So in we go. A little bit of a smash. That'll be good. Get the general out. Good work, sirs. Try not to die. Try not to die, but they're not in a position to actually do anything to you right now, so you needn't worry. They might try and get themselves ready to reload. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. These guys are very tentative about this battle, considering they're a big Roman army. You think they might do better, but they do seem to be mainly swarming like ants over each other and not doing very much to me. Maybe I should just grab my force at this point and start getting a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, let's be aggressive about this. You guys, straight into that. You know what, just straight to those mercenary peltasts because they're in a silly position. So we're going to charge ourselves forward. They are reloading, Thomas. Do be wary about that, but we'll just see what we can do. These guys should be able to take a hit or two and get yourselves out there before one of you dies. I'd rather you don't, to be honest. But you might have just bought us time to get everyone in position, and they might just waste a javelin or two. Absolutely lovely. At this stage, archers should be in a position to shoot at whatever we want to, and I'm going to say aim at some of these peltasts in behind, pull them into stupid positions, and well, one day to pull these guys into the battle we want. We are getting very aggressive with our positioning now, really starting to get into place. Everyone, if we can just, all infantry, stand still at this point. Just get your javelins in if at all possible. It looks like they are now making their move. Get these cav to slam on in. Maybe just hold back the equite. They don't need to get themselves killed because they probably will. Let's get these cavalry way into the rear actually, just to make sure everything is absolutely a-okay. They do have some dogs. I'm going to aim at the dogs now. They're going to be a priority for me. Their general is coming in over here. You get yourselves out. That is an immediate break. That's what I wanted to see. Pull that general into a stupid engagement. I'm happy. They're all getting javelins. And I can pull this guy into the situation I want, which is basically to turn this around here. Hopefully these guys won't die. They might. You just never really know. This guy's way out into that position now. You, Mr. General, hit the peltast. You, Mr. Equite, get yourself around here. All missiles should just be heading in at this point. General's already fleeing. Down he goes. Lovely stuff. And with that, I think this is going to be a very quick and efficient mop-up duty from here. Yes. Okay. Good. Those Astarte are gone. You get on top of them. That's your job as your Equite. I'm going to say, to be honest, lads, you just come in and clear these off because I think they are not going to last very long at all. Indeed, they're not. Start wrapping them up. You get into there because he's actually taken on my warlord surprisingly usefully. Okay, very nice. Right, any javelins? Please don't bother. Although I think they're largely out of them anyway. Fine. Right, you go mop them up as much as you can, and I think this is general been a very efficient victory. It's usually these type of ridiculously efficient victories where the game will crash at the end. I desperately hope it doesn't, because this is pretty much as perfect as this could have gone. Absolutely lovely. As predicted, the game did indeed crash, but I have at least managed to redo the battle with pretty much the same results. So now we have Messana under siege, which is very nice indeed. Because of the reinforcements, by the way, Naked Fanatics finally making it, we can probably finish off this siege with the just the army that's standing over here. So we'll reorganise this next turn, and we'll get our army moving back across to the mainland. I think we can take out the Scipii. That could be very fun indeed. One thing I really like to do on this campaign, by the way, is try and get a bit of a gladiator rebellion. Now that does require us getting a little bit further into the game, whereby they start getting arenas. I think last time we probably won it by about 2, 5, 6, I think. It was around about 15 years, I think, when we battered them. So, yeah, we're going to have a better chance here of the AI just developing a bit more, getting arena, and hopefully we can then incite those rebellions with our spies. That's very much the hope, but currently at minus 67,000, that's looking less and less likely because we're going to need some money for those said spies. So we'll see about that, but we are going to get a few cities sacked in the next few turns. This one obviously be worth a few pennies, but it's probably not going to fix our economy. We do though have, finally, I've got some of our forces organised around here. Not sure if any slated are around, but we do at least have this guy to go and take care of, so we'll head into there next term. Yeah, just the 2 rams, that'll probably be enough. We've got plenty of archers that should be able to do the job if we don't get attacked on the way. There are some other random forces around. Yes, of course, Jerusalem is where we need to head in next. I did go and deal with Campus Antiochus. Those Thracians have been battered away. And yes, Campus Ademos has been renamed too, so that is absolutely lovely. So yes, I think probably the best plan now is to head into Jerusalem, where hopefully we can take these guys out and immediately flee over here. I've sent my my ships in that direction just to make sure we can get these guys safely over there. So you want to do this as efficiently as possible, but to be honest, the Egyptians can cause some trouble, but by and large, being chariots, yeah, we can normally take them out without too much pain. As you can probably imagine, it's a little bit of a skirmish at the start here. General is going to take a few shots in at us. I think we're probably taking out any extra hit points by this point, but we haven't actually seemed to have killed any of them yet. There we go. Just as I say that, one of them goes down. I'm going to tell the rest of these guys to start moving in, because I think just some sheer numbers here is probably a good idea, seeing as they are hanging around. Actually, their spearmen are going to come in. Probably want to get moving actually, so a few more chariots are gone. Gate is up to 60 already, and I really want these guys to be in range. Come on, there we go. Just get some shots into those spears, because I really want to make sure that we are not having to deal with them too much. If we can just get on top of these general quite quickly. Yeah, you're arriving just as it hits 100%. That is absolutely magnificent. Right, straight in there, everyone. And that'll be fine. Just send the flaming shots in as well. A few flaming missiles. Hopefully we'll just do the job. What I really want is just to make sure these guys, well, they're probably not going to rout actually. I just want to try and get on top of the general nice and early. That's really what we're looking for here. Judean zealots are slightly worried by the chariots, but they shouldn't be. They should just be taking them down. So the chariots are now going to start running through their own men, which means they won't be effective. We can hopefully poke them with our anti-cav spearmen, and we'll see if we can make this work for us. Flaming arrows coming in. They're shaken. They're shredding their own men. Ah, that's kind of perfect. Okay, I'm quite happy with this little scenario here. Down goes the general, and hopefully that'll be a rout. Indeed, that's a rout. Okay, start piling in. Good. That should be the battle largely won, but we've got to go and finish it off. We will unfortunately take a few more losses as we head forward to go and take out the general, but yeah, that'll be nice. Just make sure he's not shooting us down with the missiles, and it'll just buy us time to get our archers in position. Lads, get yourselves back over here. Archers are largely where we need them to be at this point. We can just start pushing onwards. There we are. They're now in range. That's absolutely lovely. They're actually fleeing. Guys, that's kind of embarrassing. I know you're frightened by the chariots, but seriously, lads, the archers are literally in position now. You did your job. You pathetic chaps. They're actually charging into the archers, which is kind of hilarious. They took out one and then immediately died. So I'll quite happily take that scenario. Archers likewise. I'm just going to tell you to shoot into these guys. They're steady, but as they get into phalanx, they'll be very, very slow indeed. So get your shots in. Yeah, they've turned their backs. That's a terrible time to turn your backs, lads. In fact, it's pretty much perfect for me. They're also running. This battle, yeah, is as good as over. And a couple rounds of fire should pretty much put Bave to the last few of them. They are slowly Cavalry, are you on skirmish? You are on skirmish. Yes, that would explain your slight madness there. Just get yourselves into a sensible position, lads. Thank you very much. Send in the flaming arrows. That hasn't... We've shot one of our horses in the back. But okay, these guys are still just about in position. Are we going to shoot them? Can we just finish this already? Any time would be lovely. You're not quite done. You know what? Yeah, they're now gone. Can we get the other guys quickly while these guys are still running? That would be lovely. Just want to end this while we can. Waver in. Come on, archers. Hold out. Quick, 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 quick. Nope. Okay, they failed. Okay, guys, you've kind of running into them now. Kind of running into them. You were doing such a good job as well. Okay, well, we've lost a good chunk of those archers because they didn't listen. And now they're routing. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Can the general just rout these guys? That'd be nice. No, he's going to get himself killed by phalanxes too. Phalanxes and city streets, ladies and gentlemen. They can be quite annoying. So the general has failed to mop up the last of them, which is kind of typical, isn't it, really? Archers are... Oh, for Pete's sake. Now they're running away. Oh, for Pete's sake. Let's get all of these guys in position. Let's get the archers back. We'll try and shoot him down again. Annoyingly, my archers have decided to run away, get themselves caught, and now we're going to have to do this the horrible, horrible way. So we're just going to have to do this now, are we? Okay, I guess we are. We just get to see how these guys do. The phalanx isn't really going to form, so I think we're okay in that regard. But I will tell them to try and move their way over there, at least one of these units. Unfortunately, yes, they're not going to... do this as ideally as I'd like at this point. Let's just try and get around the side of them if it's all possible, lads. But yeah, I don't really want them to break. That could be very, very annoying, and I do suspect they're very likely to do that. I'm going to go get my general to come thundering in because the archers, yes, having managed to get themselves caught once, have also managed to now to just flee, which is great. So we'll just do as much chunking as we can, and oh god. This isn't particularly ideal, but you know what? Taking Jerusalem is fine. It's going to be a bit of a knock to the Egyptians, so we'll just have to take it, and whatever damage we've taken, we've taken. It is what it is, I suppose. Phalanxes and cities can be annoying. We're just pushing them off the plaza at this point, and there's none of them left, so it doesn't really matter. So there we go. That's our victory. If we ever want to kill the last guy, we'll just end the battle. Annoyingly, quite a lot of kills for them. But there we are. We'll have to take it, Ptolemy. Obviously, this battle doesn't crash because, of course, it wouldn't. So we'll exterminate that. That is absolutely magnificent. And right, we don't really have money. I don't think we're going to hold it for very long. So I would just say we're going to burn every single thing to... Oh, I want the spy. Oh, dear. Yeah, burn it all. Port. I don't know. Okay, we'll see how much is left in a moment. What do we have of this army? We'll do a bit of merging. No, nothing to worry about. Fine. We'll just burn down the port as well. That's fine. That way they won't be chasing us down any time soon. Let's get out of here, lads. Let's get out of here. So yes, onto the boat and just start heading off in this direction. You've got them defended. I should have joined with you. That was the whole point. But to be honest, we seem to have the ships under control in this part of the world. So with that, we do have some reinforcements. Not a lot, to be honest. Not as near as I wanted. We've got some heading over in this direction. So, okay, that's not too shabby. Let's end our turn. Interesting, guys. Scipio is heading south to take back the Brutii territories. So we're going to do something about that pretty darn soon. And the Carthaginians have noticed that we're on their watchtower. That's a shame. So we'll just let Bomilcar get javelined by our lads as they run away. Some Macedonians. There's Numidia taking one of our towns, Aegicorus. And this Campus Alani. Oh, yes. Well, do I want to auto-resolve this? It's not going to go very well for me, is it? We can win this. Let's head in. Well, immediately the general's coming out at us. I'm just going to say, peasants, get yourselves in there and let's just see if we can kill him with sheer numbers. I think that's going to have to be the way here. Get the general... No, that's not working, is it? No, it's definitely not. He's routed them all immediately. The horse archers to pin for a moment. Archers, can you please hold position and do your shooting? If nothing else, we've hopefully now going to pull them into... a trap? No, they're now charging them down. I don't need to do that. So the archers going as well. No, they're still in skirmish. That's probably actually for the best, although they're now routing too. Brilliant, this is exactly what I was expecting to happen in this battle. But if the archers can just do their job, that'll be fine. Can we get into the town? Maybe we need to get into this town. It should be said that this general is getting whittled down here. He's pretty low on troops. Now, he is just taking all of my guys out, preventing them from regrouping. That is true. But he's also pretty near to being dead, so I'm just going to keep running. Archers. No. These archers now aren't going to make it, so I'm just going to have to go and see if we can take those guys out. But if you can just take out this general, we might still have a chance. We might be able to get the regroup, which is all we need. We just need this general dealt with. And really, I just wanted my peasants to make sure the archers didn't get smashed by him. He has indeed been hit now, so down he goes, which means we might just get these guys to regroup. And if we can do that, we'll be in an excellent position. You guys need to just get over here right away. Archers, other archers, please regroup, please regroup. No. Oh. Okay. Fine. Fine. You guys. You, get yourselves onto attacking these guys. Get yourselves onto loose, which is only sensible, I would suggest, lads. Get yourself loose and we can start shooting. We can beat these guys, but only if we are not complete tits, which is never something I can guarantee in this campaign, damn it. Get yourself on skirmish and just start running away, because these guys are going to absolutely tear them apart as they run straight across the line of fire. Peasants, hold, and start moving in. Okay, you know what, peasants, your best job is probably just to go for the plaza and just see if skirmishing will do the job. I suppose the archers haven't done more work here, but 78 to their 68, shaken, winded. Are we shaken? We are shaken and winded as well. I'm just going to turn around and see if they can do that, to be honest. I think we might just have to see. We might just be able to pick them off if we're lucky. But we seem to be getting shredded very quickly, and they're not. My general is now routing. Not particularly good, is it? No. Okay. So that was a complete massacre for us. But if we're lucky, these guys can still be defeated by our archers. So, yes, severe, annoying. Nonetheless, we're not in a terrible position here. Mr. Stevie McGee, on the side of his horse, is shooting into our general, who has decided to rejoin the battle because clearly we're about to sodden win, so he might as well pretend he took part in the glory. But he did give it a good go. He took out their general already, so he's done a decent job. But yes, it's time for these archers to do their work. The peasants are doing a good job, just wandering towards the city. That means we'll win in time, if not before them. Let's just get our guys not too close, but up the hill, please. Just make sure we got that advantage in our favour. So archers should win this battle against these guys. Their best chance is to charge on in, which they're not doing, which means we're probably about to whittle them down enough to be a-okay. In a funny way, we're probably almost better off not running out of our general to come and help. But we're now attacking the walls. They're down to 25, and it would only take a military fool to lose this. But don't worry, it's the rebel campaign. We can still put it off. Officially, we have victory. They can see the peasants have got the gate, and that means we can claim skin of our teeth victory there. With Messana under siege, then I'm just going to have a little bit of a ploy here. I'm going to send these guys around this side so that the Carthaginians don't get involved. We're going to get this under siege. That'll be lovely. Now, even if they sally there, I don't think they can win that. We've got enough to do the job. But what I really want to do is make sure that we can get this lad back across the water. Probably should be leaving a general with this guy. I probably will, you know. Okay, fine. We'll let one boat just move on with... Who's going to do this one? Okay, you know what? You two have an awful lot of men in your units. I'm going to say you, sir. Yeah, why not? Why not send you over here onto that boat? You can come over and join this army. You're now besieging our own ship. Well done. I'm sure you're going to be a brilliant commander. Lovely. And I'm going to send this guy back over here because they now have a decision to make about what they want to do. So this guy hopefully will be an idiot and come and take us on. Then it'll be magnificent news for me. And alright, we'll just leave these guys to their fight. Now the Greeks are sending a ship, but not too much on it. Yes, I had a boat over here because I had a random force I was just sending over to Egypt. But we had a new pop-up this turn. Very, very nice. Sarmuthis Neos Philopator. So, okay, an interesting one. This, though, add these two together, and they're not terrible. I'm not sure they're immediately going to be too helpful, but I suspect you might be better off taking on Mr. Plato over there. So we'll go and grab some of these ships and go and do that job. Yes, let's maybe just do that. You join up with him. That should clear him out. Very nice. Sunk that ship. No more Greeks around here. Very nice indeed. Now, on that note though, I wouldn't mind getting perhaps this boat actually to come around and get involved here. So we're going to send this guy over here. I don't know if there are any more of their ships around, but we'll just take a chance on that one. Ambrose is still under siege. They do have equipment now. No attack from these guys. He could get involved. He can't. Now, oh yes, we were trying to tease them with this guy, weren't we? Nothing really happened as a result of that, which is a bit of a shame. We can't actually get these guys around. You can come and join, though. So it's not a terrible plan. Now, of course, we do... Oh, yeah, Thomas, we have this other army, don't we? Of course we do. Okay, bring you over here. Can you make it? No, you cocking can't. Of course you can't. Okay, we'll continue to threaten Alexandria without actually getting anyone there. That's fine, but it means that we're ready to counterattack when the moment comes, which is going to be soon, I would suggest. I'm going to get you over here. Just intrigued a bit of scouting. Don't want to weaken this force. I kind of like that we've got a strong force. Got Admiral Wah. It makes me quite happy. So, okay. This is looking exciting too. There are opportunities here. Things are coming together in various places, even if we are besieging our own boat right now. All is absolutely fine. Random force up here. Don't know that you can do very much, but we'll just send you to this forest, I guess. I'm going to see if we can get you past, but the AI always knows when you're hiding in the forest. Ooh, yes, more boats. Lots more boats around. Let's just have a little look, see what's going on over here. Not too much. Oh, yeah, we wanted to go and grab these forces as well. That suits me. Okay, yes, we've been gathering more and more of our boats in this part of the world, and we are looking pretty darn strong when it comes to our naval things. So that's pretty nice. Elsewhere, we're just being besieged out in these two towns. There's not a lot we can do about it, but the longer we hold them, the better position we're in. Now, it looks awfully like the Dacians are fancying me at this point. We are still continuing to just, yes, blockade the Thracians, who I think are at war with the Dacians and are in a lot of trouble. So we're just going to continue to siege this one out. We might be able to just sneak our way in. The question is, do we actually want to get these guys out before Dacia turn up? We possibly do, you know. We'll have to have a little think. But at this point, we'll leave it off for today. Oh, yes, we also had some of you Numidian lads who are going to join up with this force. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty tasty force, actually. We should probably get you to come and join up. We have a few ships here. They'll be fine, but best to keep everyone together. So, yes, decent little force here. So we can start to deal with Sicily, mop up some more of the Scipii, random force, not probably very helpful. And, okay, elsewhere, Thrace, perhaps sitting on a knife edge. Egypt just have a lot of rebellions. We just get opportunities in Egypt. I don't know that we'll be able to kill them anytime soon, but we're doing good work, damn it. So I think we will leave it here with opportunities ahoy. Still massive negative money. No sign of the big spy army just yet. But we've killed the Brutii. The Scipii are isolated too. The Romans, hilariously, the Romans are actually the easiest to kill on this version of the game because they only have 2 settlements each. So we can, pick them off quite nicely, particularly if, you're the Scipii and you're isolated like this. And we have control of the seas. So I'm quite happy about that scenario. And now that I will leave you, I'm Thomas. This is Nerfed Human. And this has been a magnificent Rebels campaign with a 0 city start. Thank you very much, and tally ho. No! Not again! How did you lose to the archers? Anyone who's already got children, they've just been killed. Filthy pilchards, the lot I am. Oh, Steve! You were the best of all the Steves. Rum pum pa 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 pa.